Before people could fully criticize S20 Ultra's flaws, Samsung presented us with its ultimate phone bearing the ultimate price tag for 2020. It is none other than the Samsung Note 20 Ultra. After some delays, it was finally launched in Nepal about a month ago, but we have been using this phone for more than a month now. The pre-order offers for this phone were quite good, but when I recently inquired with the dealers, it was sad to hear that there are no offers available now. Now this is going to be our long-term review of the phone, explaining every pros and cons of the device. So without any further ado, let us get started. In the retail box, you get the Note 20 Ultra, a 25-watt fast charger, USB-C to C cable, and a SIM ejector tool along with the S Pen pre-installed in the phone. The phone's front design is pretty much similar to last year's Note 10 Plus, which I absolutely loved. The side bezels are non-existent due to the slight curves, whereas the top and bottom bezels are also very thin. Note 20 Ultra has its signature sharper corners, unlike the rounded ones on the Galaxy S20 Ultra. There's a single small punch hole on the top made for the selfie sensor, which perfectly blends in with the display. The back design of the phone is however different due to the thick and elongated camera module bump. It makes the phone wobble a lot on a flat surface. There's also a Samsung branding on the back bottom. Since our phone is in Mystic Black finish, the back part is glossy and prone to fingerprints. Overall, the phone feels and looks premium on the hand, but the Mystic Bronze satin finish is obviously everyone's favorite. Despite the large size, it weighs only 208 grams and is 8.1mm thin. The side curves of the phone may annoy those flat screen lovers and cause some hassle when putting a screen protector on, but that is where the new Corning Gorilla Glass Victus makes its debut. A lot of drop tests have been done for this device by YouTubers, and there is no doubt that this one is much more durable than the older Corning Gorilla Glass 6. Yes, the Victus glass protects both the front and the back, while the framing around the phone is stainless steel. There is IP68 rating, meaning that this phone is dust and water resistant up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. Moving on, we have power and volume buttons on the right, while the left side is empty. The bottom has S Pen Silo on the left, speaker cutout, USB Type-C port, and a microphone hole, while the top has another microphone hole along with a SIM tray. The dual SIM tray supports a single nano SIM along with a micro SIM or micro SD card up to 1 TB. I'd like to thank Samsung for providing us expandable storage even on a flagship smartphone. Sadly, the Note 20 Ultra doesn't support 5G or FM radio in Nepal. There is no separate Bixby button on this device, but you can configure to open up Bixby by double pressing the power button. Although many previous Note users may complain, I absolutely love the new S Pen's placement on the left because I am left-handed myself. Also, the S Pen has the same weight, physical dimensions and design as the previous one. Samsung has always been the king of displays, and this year is no different. The Note 20 Ultra's huge 6.9-inch dynamic 2x AMOLED panel comes with adaptive 120Hz refresh rate. The 2x refers to twice the traditional 60Hz. Sadly, the high refresh rate is only available in 1080 pixels resolution, while the display itself supports up to 1440 pixels resolution at 60Hz. Talking about adaptive, when you are viewing photos on a gallery, the refresh rate comes down to 10 Hz. When you are viewing videos, it sets to 30 or 60 Hz as per the video's FPS, and when you are scrolling normally between animations, it spikes to 120 Hz for better and smooth user experience. Overall, the adaptive mechanism is much more complex than I imagined and takes in a number of factors to determine the appropriate refresh rate. The touch sampling rate is also great at 240 Hz, meaning it picks up touch input much faster, and the display also has pressure detection for the pressure-sensitive S Pen. For the normal viewing audience, I don't think any other smartphone display can outclass this one. With HDR10+ support and more than 1000 nits brightness in adaptive mode, even under direct sunlight, I faced no issues. The color reproduction and contrast are great, while the AMOLED panel results deeper blacks. With 496 pixels per inch density, watching high-quality HDR content on this device is always a pleasure. There is a cool to warm slider in the settings for the display. There is a video enhancer toggle to improve the video quality, and the blue light filter option helps to reduce eye strain. For such a high price, how can Samsung still give us 20% inferior Exynos 990 chipset when people from selected regions around the world are getting the much powerful Snapdragon 865 Plus for the same price? Also, many people were excited when Samsung announced its partnership with AMD, but the recently announced Exynos 1080 chipset has no AMD GPU, and the upcoming Exynos 2100 also has no AMD GPU as per the rumors. but it is supposed to be the successor to Exynos 990, so I guess we are in for another year of bad luck. During my usage, the Exynos 990 coupled with 8GB RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage didn't give me a place to complain in terms of day-to-day multitasking. The only issue is when you start heavy gaming. I was not able to get consistent 60 FPS in the highest settings of COD Mobile, and even in PUBG Mobile there is no option of 90 FPS. Slight lags and frame drops are prominent even on extreme FPS and smooth graphics. In HDR graphics, the frame rate drops below 40 FPS. So for gaming, you are better off with the OnePlus 8 Pro or Black Shark 3, which is exclusively available on Daraz right now. You can also buy Asus ROG Phone 3 via unofficial channels, which is supposed to be a great gaming beast. The phone heats easily during gaming or using the camera app, as there is no high-end cooling system in this device. There is no thermal throttling unless you use the device heavily for 2 to 3 hours straight. The phone only gets a little warm, so it is not something to be worried about. Here are the benchmark scores I got while using my Exynos 990 chipset in the Note 20 Ultra. As you can see, the Snapdragon 865 Plus chipset is far ahead, and even last year's Snapdragon 855 Plus beats the Exynos 990 in multi-score. On the software side, the phone has Samsung's latest One UI 2.5 on top of Android 10. This is the latest security patch I was running during my usage. Samsung has promised 3 years of Android updates on this device, so we are likely to get up to Android 13. The UI, navigation and animations here are quite smooth and easy to use, as Samsung has improved its One UI a lot. The only annoying part for me is the clash between Samsung's ecosystem and Google's ecosystem. You are required to sign in to both Samsung and Google accounts for various functions, and I don't know why Samsung is still using Bixby when Google Assistant and Alexa are already so much popular and ahead of all the competition. Some of the best features available on the Note 20 Ultra can be seen when you bring down the shortcuts panel. The Link to Windows feature connects your phone to your PC using Wi-Fi or mobile data. Then you can use your phone directly from your PC via your phone companion app from Microsoft. Smart View feature lets you mirror your phone screen on another device and vice versa. But for smart TVs and monitors, you are better off with the new wireless DeX feature. You can still use DeX via HDMI cable. For those of you who don't know, Samsung DeX lets you use your phone like a PC on an external display. The best part is that you can simultaneously do 2 different things on your smartphone and your external display. You can also make your phone like a laptop's touchpad to navigate the external display. Google's universal sharing feature called Nearby Share, which is now available to every Android smartphone running Marshmallow and up, was already present on the Note 20 Ultra. Samsung also uses ultra-wideband to find other compatible Galaxy devices quickly. Next on the panel is Secure Folder, which lets you store your private pictures, sensitive files and apps at one place and make them accessible only via your fingerprint, PIN or password. The Edge lighting feature lights up the edges of the phone screen in various ways whenever a notification comes up. This is much better than the entire display lighting up at night time. Another interesting feature is Music Share, which lets you connect the Note 20 Ultra to a Bluetooth speaker and use the phone as a hub for other smartphones to connect to the same speaker. Next up is Samsung Kids, which limits the features of the device to be suitable only for kids of very small age. As much as I hate Bixby, this routine feature is quite handy. It lets you customize various things of the device for various scenarios. Here are some of the routines I use during my uses. Lastly, we have Focus Mode, which provides you with digital well-being and parental controls. Another notable feature in the Note 20 Ultra is Live Transcribe that converts your audio into written form in real time. The stereo speaker setup on the Note 20 Ultra consists of a bottom-firing loudspeaker and the earpiece up top. These work as left and right sound channel for stereo audio output in both portrait and landscape mode. The earpiece has lower sound output as compared to the loudspeaker. Overall, the sound quality is top-notch, and with Dolby Atmos support, I absolutely loved it while watching movies, listening to music and gaming. Sadly, there is no headphone jack on this device, so I had to depend on Bluetooth 5.0, which works great without any connection issues. Also, this phone has Wi-Fi 6, but due to no availability in Nepal, I wasn't able to test it. Also, the phone has NFC support. In terms of security, there is both fingerprint and face unlock. The in-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is not the fastest I have used, but it gets the job done even with wet hands. The face unlock is faster but is less secure than the 3D fingerprint sensor. Now let's talk about the thing that makes Note 20 Ultra a Note device. Yes, I'm talking about the S Pen, which is a great piece of technology to have, and unlike Apple Pencil, it comes free of cost. Now with improved latency of just 9 milliseconds and that 240Hz touch sampling rate, I saw no delay while scribbling with it. The pen is also pressure sensitive, which is a useful feature to have for artists. Even though the S Pen reactions are a hit or miss, they do make you feel like Harry Potter when they work. The S Pen has a single button and changeable tip. The button can be used for play pause, remotely taking pictures from a distance, and much more. The hidden feature on the Samsung keyboard converts your S Pen writing in digital text. I was impressed how accurate it was even with my bad handwriting. Overall, I highly enjoyed my S Pen experience, and I swear you'll get hooked into it once you start using it, even if you are not an artist. I won't be talking about the camera here, as we have an entire video fully dedicated for the camera review of the Note 20 Ultra. So make sure to go check that out to know the power and versatility of this phone's triple camera setup. Here are some sample images that may make you go watch the other video. The battery of the Note 20 Ultra is a 4500 mAh, which is 500 mAh more than that of the S20 Ultra. Also, I don't know if it was due to bad optimization of the software or due to the Exynos chipset, but I didn't actually like the battery life here. In FHD Plus adaptive mode and 50% brightness, I was able to get around 11 hours of web browsing and around 13 hours of 1080p non-HDR video playback. The battery lasted about 2 hours longer on QHD Plus resolution and 3 to 4 hours more on FHD Plus 60Hz, which was good to see. Normal daily uses with mix of everything including slight gaming lasted me just around a full day. Also, the 25-watt charger was not fast enough when I had gotten used to much faster charging speeds. It took me around 1.5 hours to fully take the battery from 0 to 100. Note 20 Ultra also supports 15-watt wireless charging, but I found that it received only 5 watt while charging wirelessly. 9-watt wireless power share is also there to charge your Galaxy Buds case or other devices, but you need to have more than 30% battery on your Note 20 Ultra for it to work. For the S Pen, Samsung claims 24 hours battery life as compared to 10 hours on last year's Note 10. I don't think anyone will be using the S Pen for 24 hours straight, but in my usage it easily lasted for more than 10 hours. I genuinely enjoyed my long-term usage of the Note 20 Ultra, as it is a phone capable of doing anything you can think of for a 2020 smartphone. Since I didn't game on this device except for testing purpose, the only complaint I have here is with battery endurance and charging speed. I actually saw recent news where it said that the Note 20 Ultra in Germany was receiving a new update which improves battery endurance. I hope it is true and comes to Nepal soon. In conclusion, keeping the controversial chipset debate aside, I think Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra completely justifies its price for all the features it was able to make me indulge in. This is it for my long-term review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and make sure to watch our comparison video with iPhone 11 Pro Max and the detailed camera review of the Note 20 Ultra. I'll see you next time.